Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix podcast. I am one of your lovely hosts, the Garlic Johnson. We are joined, as always, by our other lovely hostess, the Joshua Mitchell. Josh, say hi to the folks out there.
Hi, folks.
I forgot to mention it is November 19th, 2024. It's in the PM, obviously. I don't know. Things happen. But you know what else happens? People in our Discord interacting all the live long day. And you know what we do, Josh? We love it. We also do and love Levi Oki. At Levi Oki Illustration is the man responsible for all the art for the podcast. And Josh, we love doing you, and we love to know how you're doing. Josh, how you doing?
Well, I'm a doing. I don't know how my stand is working here. It's a little bit wonky. I guess I didn't take the time to actually set it up properly. So I'm just kind of holding my mic, making sure it doesn't wobble around too much.
Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby.
Sure. How are you, Gar?
I'm doing just swell. In fact, have you moved desks, or is there a reason your mic stand is different than all the other times we record?
I mean, yeah, I take it down every time because it's connected to my phone as well, or not my phone, my work stand. So, yeah.
Oh, well, whatever works for you, man. But yeah, I'm doing swell. I'm again, I think I said last week I was looking forward to the holidays, and we're 1 week closer. Next Tuesday will be just 2 days away from Thanksgiving, so that is exciting. Vikings got another win, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. I mean, things are looking pretty good. I also got to I don't know who else all of our listeners are degenerates on TikTok like I am, but if you're like me and you're basically a child on TikTok, they show you all these live feeds and these ads for like people who basically resell gushers but covered in like sour powder. And oh my god, Josh, these sour gushers are incredible. I know I talk about dying by 40. If I die by 38 because of these sour gushers, it would have been well worth the 2 years I lost. They are incredible.
Well, good on you.
Any updates in your life, Josh, in the past week?
Well, Odin went into a vet appointment, and they took one look at his leg and moved it around a little bit and goes, yep, we should probably get him scheduled for surgery. So he's going to have that second ACL done. Question of whether or not it's going to be December 19th or January 13th, because the guy's a traveling surgeon, goes other places once a month. So just got to decide on that, and then, figure out what off-brand brand of macaroni and cheese we want to live off for a while. And then, so that was how I started my morning. And then I end my work day with my supervisor, who's been my supervisor for 8 years, understands that I have ADHD. And I'm not necessarily the best worker, might take naps, might not do a lot of stuff. She is retiring from the county and leaving. So that was fun. Not.
And you're
so
taking her job?
No, I'm not taking any gerbs. I don't think. She encouraged us if we wanted to apply to reach out and let her know, but she's the glue that holds the county together. And I just know that I can't fill those shoes, let alone multiple people filling those shoes. So it's one of those situations where I'm just going to sit in my current role and watch as the county collapses.
That's a little dramatic, isn't it?
No, it is not. But yeah, so that's how I've been. Obviously, Packers get a huge win, just an absolute destruction of Chicago. Never seen a win more solidified in greatness as that. Top two, not two team in the NFL, I'm thinking. But yeah, that is kind of how it went.
Yeah, that was I mean, let's just get into it, Josh. Let's just talk about the Taco Tuesday. Who were more of tacos in that game? Was it the Packers or the Bears?
Oh, the Packers. The Packers were out there. They were tacoing around all over the place. They bought Cowboys.com and sold it to Jerry Jones. They're tacoing all over. It just so happens that the Bears tacoed last, so we got the last taco.
And do you think that's going to be one of those games that's a flash in the pan, like just it's a fluke, or do you have bigger concerns? I know I didn't get a chance to watch the game because the Vikings game was at the same time, but do you have legitimate concerns about the Packers defense, or were you just like being a little more reactionary when you said you want to fire the whole Packers D or Robert Saleh or whoever the hell's running the show over there?
Well, I do think that Robert Saleh needs to, pack up, get on the next school bus out of town, because he ever since he got there, that defense has been a little bit questionable. Games have been close or lost. And so just, he's bringing that bald head from New York and getting that bad juju all over the place. But I will say that it's a division game. Caleb had a new OC. He it looked like he ran free a little bit more, and then and so it was probably something that they just weren't expecting. But yeah, those division games are always kind of like that.
Gotcha. So overall, not the sky isn't falling necessarily for you as a Packers fan.
No, it's still, if the season ended today, they'd still be in the playoffs. So we're counting on that. But
I don't know if the season doesn't end today.
Well, then it just gives us more opportunity to overtake Detroit as the top dog in the division.
Bro, there's no shot. Since the games were at the same time, did you catch any of the Vikings game or no?
I think we watched 3 plays.
And were they the best 3 plays you've ever seen?
No, Nikita was in charge of the remote, and she let me watch the Packers game. It's almost as if she knew that I was going to have a rough week. But I also think that she kind of forgot that she was changing back and forth on it. But at the same time, she did switch over to the game, and I think it was like just finishing the half or just going, I don't know. Maybe they had just scored, and I was like, go back to the Packers game, please. So, and then she just left it there.
Sure.
But yeah. Didn't see a whole lot. I do know that I did see on Reddit that there were a couple controversial calls in the Vikings' favor. I wanted to put on a Reddit, welcome to my life. That's kind of how it always goes for the Vikings.
Oh my God. Yes. The Vikings are known for getting every call. Certainly.
Well, let's, yeah. No, I did. Oh, I think the one play I did see was a defensive pass interference on Justin Jefferson that was called. And the announcer was just like, that penalty there is because he was covering too good. I was like, well, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You can't defy logic quite like that.
Yep. But then I heard that there was like a touchdown called back on a honky donkey play, that sort of thing.
So one more time, there's a honky donkey play.
Yeah, like Will Levis isn't hunky dory. He's more of a honky donkey. So I guess there was a touchdown that Titans had scored that got called back on like a phantom call. I don't know. Maybe those refs were making up for the call that DeAndre Swift scored a touchdown on after having a clear false start that didn't get called. And it was just, make up calls between games, that sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Any other taco things you saw either in the NFL or on fantasy this week, or maybe even taco things like in the grocery store? Any other taco moments for you in the past 7 days here, pal?
Where do I start? So if I pull up my diary here, let's go to 0600 hours on when did we talk last Tuesday, the 12th? 0600 on Wednesday, the 13th. Woke up. 24 hours later, still a taco. 0600 on the 14th. Woke up. Taco. No, I don't know. I can't think of anything. I'm trying to remember the games that I'd watched.
So do you get a chance to watch the Monday night game? Or the Sunday night game?
Nope. We had a small group for church, and so we went to that and hung out with some friends there. And then yesterday was mine and Nikita's anniversary. So we actually celebrated that instead.
Why would you celebrate your anniversary instead of football?
Well, she did say we could watch it. And I said, no, we can finish up Cobra Kai. And so we watched Cobra Kai and hung out and exchanged presents. And yeah, so happy 7-year anniversary, Nikita. Love you.
And was this all because Nikita didn't want to have to realize the fact or the reality that I beat her in fantasy? Was that why Nikita was kind of avoiding more of the football-centric things? Or do you think it's just because your anniversary? Is that more likely? Or losing to Garlic is just devastating?
It's honestly more likely that she didn't know that she lost to you until this morning. So,
Oh no.
because she just sets and forgets. She's good at that. But yeah, she did lose to you, but she got a win against the median. I woke up this morning going, oh boy, I beat Jeremy. Yeah, I got a win. But I also got eliminated from the playoffs. So let's just load that cannon up and shoot it right at my face.
I'd love to shoot my cannon at your face if you'd give me the opportunity.
Yep. Nope. I woke up with a win and an elimination. So that was fun. Because, that's just how it goes. Now I'm just playing spoiler. I think the next 3 teams I play are all like playoff contenders. And I think I finished the season with you. I'm just gonna save all my points for that week.
Sure.
Actually, I don't want to do that because you're right next to me for the most points against. So
it's an interesting time, isn't it? It's an interesting season. I feel like the whole season's it's just something.
I say we redraft. Just throw it all away. Tell the NFL, you know what? We're going to start over week 1.
You know what? I think Goodell would be down as long as he gets all that extra ad revenue money,
Yeah.
Josh, we can go ahead and move on here. How salty are ye this wee?
Well, I did. I had a tremendous improvement on my 0-7 week last week, and I went 3-4.
Whoa,
shocker!
Brag about it.
My ceiling is 4-3. My floor is 0-7, and that is just how the year goes. Bring my total up to 30-47 on the season. That is a paltry 39% win rate. Using the intellectual property bunker Incorp, Josh. I had a 17-36 record, which is 32%, so terrible. My total on the season is 270-313 with a 46.3% win percentage. I won and deflate these balls with the second lowest score or third lowest score.
Brag about
Won
it.
in our Hidden Oaks redraft, but I didn't beat the median, so I think I was like the 5th highest score. And then I won in the Champs Branch Out League, but I think I was the second lowest score again. So it was not fun.
Do you feel like
how salty are you?
Well, Josh, do you want to take like a not me because I'm not doing as bad as you, but do you feel like you're going to take some sort of like silent retreat at the end of this fantasy season to kind of like reset yourself, like just kind of go off into nature, almost Ron Swanson it for a bit, just live off the land, and then come back a rejuvenated new man, or like do you how do we what are we going to do postseason after this showing of yours?
Well, I think the only way that we'll ever salvage it, I would be completely okay with this absolutely abysmal season if I were to somehow, some way manage to 70 and 80 point my way to a deflate these balls of victory to clear that dynasty out. But if that doesn't, which it won't happen,
it sure won't.
Then it might be, I might take a 2-year hiatus and just let my teams auto go.
Sure. That'd be an interesting strategy. But yeah, it would be hard to imagine.
Probably still do better than I did this year.
Yeah, the unluckiness is just, that's unfortunate. Sorry, I had to razz you a little bit there. But also, you don't get this opportunity very often. Josh is usually a pretty sharp player, usually pretty on top of things. So not so often Josh talks about his only exponentially increasing salt levels every week. We're actually out of salt. It's actually more so like we've run out of the reserves and now it's just numb. What would be, so like there's like Splenda and like all those other sugar alternatives. What would be like a salt alternative, like a sort of synthetic salt or something like that? What are those options out there?
I think Vikings fans.
the tiers of Vikings fans, or just like you go ground up
just
some Vikings fans?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Paul Allen's dandruff is probably the most equivalent.
That's such a gross visual. I hate it.
Good. I'm here to make people uncomfortable.
Oh, you're nailing it.
Just like Al against me in Victoria's Secret this week made me very uncomfortable.
Nice.
I had to call your welder.
Well, yeah, was it? You had to sew things up back there just so there wasn't any more unwanted visitors.
I probably could have added my bench points into my total points and still lost to just his starters. And I had Taysom Hill on the bench.
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, that's that's an exponential increasing amount of salt as well. I can't do it, dude. Oh god. All right, Josh. For me, sorry, a moderate level of salt. I went 4-4 on the week because I feel like I'm almost destined to try and maintain a 500 overall record. I am 44-44 on the season. 44, that's me. Got to get some cold cuts. Get some cold cut, you know. But yeah, I am doing pretty abysmal in a lot of the leagues. I should make the. I'm pretty secure for the playoffs, and I want to say 1 to 2 leagues. Hopefully in a third or four, maybe just a third league, maybe a fourth league if I'm lucky. But yeah, it is crunch time. There's only three regular seasons left, or 3 regular season weeks left. Using the intellectual property of Joshua Allen Bunker Incorporated, I would have gone 45-28, playing every team this week for a 616 win percentage, and then that puts me at 521 and 461 on the season. So the top number of 500, looking at the underlying numbers, I'm a little bit better at 53. Or 530, you know, if you're talking betting percentages. So hopefully, again, we can squeeze out some more wins here. But I only have 2 teams that are 65% win percentage if I were to play every team every week all year, and then a couple more in the 50s. So the playoffs are looking rough. I would say I'm not officially eliminated, but essentially eliminated in already 3 leagues. So we'll just see if I can get the ball to bounce my way a couple other times. But woofda, we will see how this shit ends, Josh. Looks like we don't have any dogs or any logs. So did this guy just like shut down his website, or like his article's not as good anymore? Like what happened? Because I guess I never really paid attention.
No, I mean he still puts it out. He just last week he put it out literally as we stopped the podcast. It was kind of funny. Like he listens to this podcast in secret and then goes psych and then dropped it. But this week, I mean, we can kind of go ahead and say that the dogs this week, probably guys like Saquon and T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, probably all top dogs. Same with Taysom Hill, if you had him in your starting lineup. Logs, just look at my rosters. I'm thinking Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, I think, had a meh week. A.J. Brown had a bad week. Devontae Adams. Yeah. So logs. There we go. But he did put out an article. Yep. Walters is just reading off his roster because he had a really good week. So he's just like, yeah, let me brag about it.
Oh, shit.
But yes, Walters, we get it. But he also put something out last week that he had as the 2024 all dunder mifflin football team. He had Jan Levinson. Jan Levinson is John Gruden. So,
dude, Gruden's making sorry, I don't need to cut you off immediately, but I don't know if you do a lot of social media, but John Gruden is on the comeback. He had been like pretty good on TikTok for a while, and probably Twitter, other places. I guess I really only follow TikTok, but now he just signed with Barstool, dude. John Gruden is all the way back.
Good for him. Signed with a bunch of frat guys that trash.
Whoa.
But yeah, I mean, they make questionable comments in a professional work setting. That's just kind of how that comparison goes. Ryan Howard, the intern, coke addict. Mike McDaniel, pretty obvious choice there. Bob Vance Refrigeration. He had Refrigerator Perry. I think that just based off the name that makes sense. But I went with Tucker Kraft because of one single play, where on this past weekend, he got pushed, and instead of flopping like Caleb Williams, he just looked around like somebody was insulting his family, and then he pointed at the guy. Like he found the camera and then pointed to the guy that pushed him, and then smiled.
Damn.
But then he also is known, he's big, likes to make contact. So another guy would be George Kittle. So Tucker Kraft is literally George Kittle on the Packers. Dwight Schrute, Connor Stallions, for those of you who followed the college football controversy with Michigan last year, that is the guy that went and stole signs and had just hours upon hours of research and stealing signs. Dwight Schrute is a master of disguise. Connor Stallions is a master of disguise. Kevin Malone, just insert worst left tackle in league. Couldn't protect his chili. Can't protect the quarterback. And then Todd Packer, That is Deshaun Watson, and a fantasy relevant drop here, kind of a celebrity shot, would also be Ryan Walters.
Josh, have you been paying attention to the Oklahoma Ryan Walters? He's been having a week here.
The what?
Never mind. All right, that's a reference lost on you. Okay. Obviously, someone doesn't pay attention to some of the shit I post in the greasy fucks. Anywho, is there, how do you feel about that Office team? Is there anyone you wish you would have included, or any other direction you would have gone?
No, I mean, it made sense. He had reasoning behind each one, and I did agree with a lot of them. I do think that
who would be your Toby?
My Toby. Oh, that's a good one. That might be like Kirk Cousins.
I love it.
Gets a lot of hate, but actually does his job decently. Tries to be positive about everything, and then just kind of gets shut down anyways.
Yeah. I like it. I accept it.
Yeah, I think that if we were to do Michael Scott, and we were to just narrow it down, and I'm talking like super narrow to just that Scott's Tots episode, that's Russell Wilson.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers would be Robert California?
Maybe. He might also be. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that's probably the best guess there.
All right. Do you want to do the side bet for this week?
Yeah, so last week we figured out it was T within 2 yards of that 69 total yards from his tight end. This week it was the dead weight, so the lowest scoring starting player, Mr. Landvik, had Tucker Kraft in his starting lineup, was 0. I did not include defenses because that is not a single player, that is a position, but I believe even with the tiebreakers in that, he would have had the second lowest scoring player, so he still would have won. Makes
sense. Adds up.
This week, for those that listen and are in this league, it's the 33-3, so closest to 30 points over and under.
Okay.
Can I add 3 of my players together to get 30? Because I don't think any of my team is going to get over 25.
And I got Josh Allen on a bye. What a terrible week for this 31. Damn it. All right. It is what it is. Keeping with the bi-weekly schedule, Josh, you have not won a side bet this year. Well, that's tough.
Have you?
No, I'm not known for winning side bets, Josh. You
of the 3, I don't think I've won one in like a year and a half, 2 years.
Really? Interesting.
But I mean, we've only had 4 people win in like 11 weeks, I think.
That's true.
Brad has 3, Eric has 3, Jeremy has 2, Brad, Jesse, and the Hammers, I guess.
That's not fair. But yeah, keeping with the bi-weekly schedule, I have nothing for the NFL player exchange. Not that anyone has bought or sold players in a while, so we'll update that again next week. Otherwise, Josh, this would be a pretty nice, quick in and out pod. Is there anything else you would like to discuss? Or, I normally don't welcome this, but because we're only at like 25 minutes, if Walters or Al would like to chime in either in the chat or I can bring you up on the floor. But otherwise, this is pretty quick. Josh, you got anything else for the people?
Didn't Al ask Al asked a question. Who would you rather have?
Oh, go ahead.
Rest of the season, Henry or Mixon?
Ooh, man. My heart wants to lean Henry, but yeah, I mean Mixon obviously has been doing. What do you think, Josh?
I think that I would go with Mixon.
Oh, okay. And why is that?
So I think that, I just, honestly, it's like a coin flip, but but I do think that Mixon is a little bit more developed in that pass game as well. And so that's where he'd get the edge in my eyes.
Okay. I mean, that's definitely a fair observation. Certainly Mixon is known a lot more for pass catching than Derrick Henry is, though Derrick Henry is perfectly capable. It's just not, his bread and butter. What did Al give his own answer? So pretty much you and Walter said Mixon. I said Henry, but I wasn't very confident about it. Al, what do you think about your own question? You can let us know in the chat. And then otherwise that's it. I didn't see. I have both. This fucking guy. I guess neither Walters or Al asked to come speak. They didn't request to speak, so I think we'll just call it a pod, Josh. It's 25 minutes and we're in and out. So
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, Al's over here. Champ's got a champ. Yet.
Yeah, we get it, Al.
Guy.
You're the greatest there's ever been.
Yeah, 10-1. Yeah.
Al, can you go ahead?
Although
and do
I'm the one with the medal next to my name in this league. I may not make the playoffs this year, but I'm still the champ until a new champ's been crowned.
The reigning, defending, undisputed. Al, you should go ahead and it's been a while. You should update that bomb squads and butt cheeks. The people need to know how that's going. You haven't updated that in like forever. But Josh, you don't play that, right, Josh? I don't think you do.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's updated. Well, I mean, the spreadsheet's updated, but have you sent out a text in a long time? I don't want to go look at the spreadsheet. You got to bring the info to me. I'm lazy as fuck. But yeah, all right. Well, go ahead, Josh. Go ahead and hit that Go Packers, and then we'll get the hell out of here. We'll give some people some nicely earned time back. Enjoy your Wednesday evening, enjoy your Tuesday evening, and don't forget to put in your waiver claims, and good luck these last 3 weeks of fantasy, everybody. Love you, bye.
Go Packers.
Walters one now. He waits till the end of the show.
Yeah, because he's a Neanderthal.
Oh my god. And the song stopped. My computer hated Walters so much they made the song stop. What do you want, Walters?
I'm surprised it just break your computer.
Just hi?
Oh my god.
Yeah. What's up?
Did you see I scored 179.5 and 0.5 PPR?
I did outscore Tyler by 100 points, and he is the #1 team in the league.
Is that good?
Well, I outscored Tyler by point-something points, and I'm not the #1 team in the
league. Tyler did have the lowest score of the week, I believe.
Sure did, because I had second lowest score.
What are your playoff hopes looking like, Walters, in your various leagues?
Definitely gonna make it in Victoria's Secret. It's not a lock, but it's a lock.
It's not a lock, but it's a lock.
I'm holding on to dear life in champs, and then there's no shot in deflate these balls.
Holding on for dear life. You're not even in the playoffs at this point.
I'm holding on for dear life to try and get into the playoffs. How about that?
Well, you and Jack
holding on to hope. What are you holding on to?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus,
Jack's going into me. Jack's coming into my town, and I'm coming in on a win streak here of 1. So
about it.
I mean, yeah, I could use a little help.
Yeah, I'm only 2 games. If I beat Jack twice, or if I beat Jack this week, and then I beat Walters, then I beat Al, Jack loses out, and Walters loses 2 of the next 3. It's looking like Josh is sneaking in.
You're saying there's a chance.
Oh, shoot. Gar, you are 2 wins behind Rob in the bomb squads and butt cheeks. You're at 21.
Is what it is.
Rob has 23. I am tied for the most losses.
I forget who my teams even are. I know I got the Steelers. I'm pretty sure. That's all I know for sure.
Go Packers.
You got the Ravens. You got the Falcons. You got the Steelers.
The Ravens. That's what it was. Fuck. Well. All right, I'm going to stop recording now. You can keep talking if you want, though.